Tundra on 37s, Tacoma not on 37s. I think you guys know where this is going. And we have everything off. Look at how fat this aluminum knuckle is. But we have the Bilstein suspension, piggyback reservoirs, nice little Toyota rust already kind of starting. And back here, we're gonna do a little bit of preparation work, taking that off. But the lug size, guys, these are from the Tundra. I believe these are 14s as well. And they are gonna be the ones for this Tacoma. So pretty much the Tundra is the exact same hub, all this stuff as the Tacoma. The offset is gonna be a little bit different on this Tacoma because the track of the Tacoma has been pushed out so far compared to the last generation that negative offset or even zero offset is still way too much poke depending on what type of tires you plan on running. So I did that just because as the jack pumped up the suspension and it droops the suspension down, it's gonna kind of skew the actual tire's position. So you want to reset the suspension by doing your steering wheel. That way the truck comes back down to its OEM resting place. These are Relations Race Wheels RR5s, and I had them on my last Tacoma, and man, they look great here. But these are a negative 12 offset, and you can see just how much we poke over. These are 285/70 R17 tires, so they're about a 33-ish diameter tire, and then also with an 11.5-inch wide diameter. So the way that the Tacoma works, man, with it kind of coming down right through here, very aggressive on the sides with the tire poke, but then also we can tell up top with that negative 12 offset that it's really not gonna work from the appearance that I want of the truck. However, though, black looks super good on the underground color. I didn't really want black. We're gonna put bronze on the back when we take it off the Tundra just to see if I like black or bronze. Nice thing with these mono forged wheels, even though the 37s are heavy, the wheels themselves are under 20 pounds. Holy crap. Dude, why do 37s look so good? It looks amazing on the Tundra. But even on this Tacoma too, they just weirdly, I mean, I guess they're a little bit too big. Honestly, it's giving me Arctic truck vibes, but the 37s just compared to these 33s, holy smoke. So, okay, so these are Relations Race Wheels RS2s, and they're the monoforge ones. So again, these are under 20 pounds, which is crazy. Nitto Recon Grapplers, 37 by 11.5. So not as thick as some thick boys that are 12.5. And these are at a 0 offset. And so I have a level up against the bulge of the tire, guys. But for reference, with this level, we are close to 2 1/8 of poke of this tire going out of the truck. So to be honest, man, because the TRD off-road has thicker fender flares than like the SR5 or the Sport, you may be able to, you know, do a 0 offset if you want to, depending on how wide your tire is, or also like a +12, +18. So we're gonna toy around with this when we get to Westcott Designs, and then I'll show you guys my perfect fitment of what I like on my Tacoma. And then we can tell up front on those ones just how much more the negative 12 pokes out. But I think I may be in trouble because the wife just got home with the 4Runner. So I put the Tacoma tire on the back.
Oh, it looks so small.
So tiny. I haven't asked them yet, and they can leave it in the comments, but bronze or black or a different color.
Oh, they look really good. They both look good.
It's almost hard to pick.
I want both.
Yeah, maybe I'll just run with both. One on one side, one on the other.
I would say do that one.
Black?
Yeah.
Like a black colored wheel?
It looks sleek.
Yeah.
That would pop too and looks really good, but
isn't it crazy how this tire that was on the Tundra almost looks as natural on the Tacoma like it does the Tundra, weirdly? Tucking the tire in just a little bit more will be better for off-road, because this is just gonna come up and smack the top of the fender. Even though Toyota cut it out, you guys can see that right there, it's still gonna
those make that blue undertone you always talk about
really pop through. Yeah,
more. That's why I like those more.
Yeah, that is true, especially when I zoom in like this.
Almost clash a little bit with that blue undertone. Either one would look. I mean, matte looks really good because the fenders are matte.
Yeah, that's true too. And we got the 37s out from the Tundra, but you could tell that I am rubbing a bit on the cab mount right here. I did not take the extra bracket out right here that we're gonna do on the Tacoma. I am rubbing ever so slightly on that cab mount. We do have the Dobinson's kit in this though, raised it up about 2.5 inches or so. That's still not enough for the positive offset that I have on it, but just look how goofy the Tundra looks with the stock Tacoma tires. So we're gonna try to make as much room for these 37s as possible, and I don't want to ruin my mud flaps. So we're gonna take them off with the 10 mil. So now you do what you want with your truck, okay? But this is a crash plate, which is a DOT standard for if you're in a front end collision and the tire comes this way, this plate is supposed to stop that so it does not go up into your cab of your truck. However, I'm not saying that Toyota did it this way to fit bigger tires, but what I'm saying is that it's very easy to pull this felt off to access 1, 2, and then 3 bolts right here. I'm just saying. And these bolts are a 17. And here's a closer look at that. So the mud flap we took off right here, 1, 2, 3. And you can see how massive this plate is. And with all the bolts out, we'll go ahead and just wiggle this thing, and boom, you can see how much this clears up right there. Holy smoke. So the Tacoma doesn't seem to have that cab mount that kind of protrudes out, but our frame is a little bit closer right there. And the cool thing too is if water gets into this, I mean, you could probably put your bolts back if you want, but it has a hole down there. So even with that portion out, if water gets up in here, it looks like it can drain out from the bottom, which is actually pretty nice. Dang, son, that looks wild. So with the Tacoma flexed out like this a little bit, I want to take you to the back because I noticed this. So we could tell with a bigger tire, obviously we're gonna start to stuff a bit more. We're gonna need probably a little bit of clearance right here in the back, and obviously back here too. But we're gonna start to stuff and hit right here, which I don't want to do with whatever offset wheel I do in tire, because if I articulate this truck enough, I don't want it to rip the fender wells. Even though Toyota pretty much gave you a good bit in the fender well space, like up here, you could see how they notched it out and everything for us. But if you're running too aggressive of an offset and too wide of a tire, that really doesn't matter because you're gonna start to rip up the plastic and everything. And just like that, the Tundra went from dope to nope, and the Tacoma went to holy freaking crap, dude. So Bree's gonna pack it out and we're gonna see just how close we are to rubbing. But if you can real quick with the steering wheel, just move it like this. All right, so the front end came down a little bit, and try to turn just any direction you want. Keep going. Ooh, okay, stop. All right, come back. Yep. Definitely not gonna get that much movement, that's for sure, out of that. So the cool thing is like if you want to run bigger tires, you can just chop right there. But still, you could not do this with a 3rd gen Tacoma really at all, to even just put these tires underneath. So hold on. How many turns was that on the steering wheel? Go back to straight.
Not even a full one.
Not even a full? Almost a full, like a half like that? Okay. All right, well. Mark. And I know if you guys don't watch Mark Brenner's channel, you need to watch his channel because he put 37s on his Tacoma. And I don't know how the hell, unless he edited the crap out of his videos. But we have finally made it out of the driveway. That took like 5 minutes and I felt like Austin Powers. But just getting the truck up and going though, it feels normal. Oh my gosh, you can't like just turn right. Oh, that's a lot. They're done. So guys, I wanted to go out onto the road for you all, and that's not gonna happen because there's a lot of vibration going on. So upon further inspection, guys, we are starting to eat away at the paint right there. So I think at least this is just plastic and the mud guard covers that back up, and then we're eating a little bit right here too on the felt. But I mean, we took a right turn. All right, so we backed up a little bit just so I could try to get up to speed real quick. So that's 30. I mean, it wasn't floored by any means at all, but could definitely tell that there is some weight in the tires. It's like like I really wanted to like go all the way to the Airbnb, but I'm not gonna rip stuff off of this truck just for the photos and the views and stuff. Because I mean, it's, oh gosh, that's a hard one. 37s are just way too big unless you're gonna chop stuff and do stuff. 35s probably do, depending on your offset and how wide of 35s you want to go. But I think the sweet spot is gonna be like 33s to 34s. And again, maybe if this wheel had a more positive offset, we wouldn't be touching on a lot of stuff, but I mean, 37 diameter wise is just too big. And then a last look before I take it away again, let me know in the comments what color wheel I should go with. But bronze pops, dude. I don't know why. Bronze, I feel like, goes with everything. I mean, white vehicles, underground, black, silver, whatever. My 4Runner out there. Bronze goes with almost everything. And I do like that it pops, but maybe bronze is getting a little bit overplayed. I don't know. Black, I feel like, would look good because the black really allows the blue of the underground to pop, but like even this just kind of doesn't take away from it. So again, let me know down in the comments. All right, and damage report, crap, dude. So we pulled off a little bit here. That bent up a little bit, but we're able to bend it back. Maybe need to get some touch-up paint. I think this is plastic. I feel like this is plastic. I hope it's plastic. It's either plastic or aluminum. But we did fray all that right there. And up here, nothing really. This don't look out of place or anything like that on that felt. So, yes, it was unsuccessful in the event that I couldn't get it out onto the road without like destroying something. But the fact that you could just put 37s on this truck, stock, and I did not trim anything at all. All we have is this right here, which I said, you can trim this. You could trim this back to like back here and be done with this. That's wild. That's absolutely wild that Toyota gave this new Tacoma a ton of room. I'm super excited to see what people are gonna do with this truck in the future, man. 37s is way too much for it. But it's just crazy once people start doing like solid axle swaps. Like I'm talking 10 years or whatever now down the road. I mean, I'm sure there's people, I'm sure there will be those people out there that just have buku money that just do the wildest things with these trucks when they become more available. But again, 37s on the Tacoma, and I was able to like somewhat drive it. That's crazy. Without the whole fender just getting ripped out and torn to shreds. Wild. But I'm just gonna put now the stocks back onto the Tacoma because tomorrow we are starting our road trip to Westcott Designs for this truck. I'm gonna vlog the way. You guys seem to be really liking this type of content, which it's nice. It's a breath of kind of fresh air to not be like burnt out on videos anymore. And you guys seem to be watching the videos longer, which is actually really cool, and I truly appreciate that. So I'm gonna put the stock ones back on. Of course, it's freaking starting to rain and the tundra's outside. So guys, I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, see you later.